Hello, good people. Welcome back to Meme Deck Monday. Ritual month presses on, and we are featuring Legendary Flamelord today, which is one of my favorite ritual monsters in GOAT format that doesn't get a whole lot of love despite having some pretty sick artwork. So this is a level 7 spellcaster fire that basically says each time you or your opponent activates a spell card, you can put a spell counter on it. You can remove 3 spell counters from it to destroy all monsters on the field except for it. So if you are so lucky as to summon this and then go like, I don't know, Upstart Goblin, MST their back row, you can blow up every monster on the field and get in for 2,400. So it's definitely a very powerful effect. Now, level 7 is not the easiest to do with a ritual deck, but you can just, pitch another one of itself to summon it. You can get rid of a couple of Monjus, get rid of Demok, which we had in the Shinado video with Lady Command Knight. So I opted to bring that back just because we can pitch it with the ritual spell to summon Legendary Flamelord, and we can just primo or call it back. But from there, of course, we have 3 copies of Monju. We have 3 copies of Apprentice Magician, and this is one of the reasons why I was super excited to build this version of the deck, because it's not just big, beefy ritual monster, which is kind of what Shinado is. It does have a powerful effect, but Legendary Flamelord, you actually have a little bit of support to build around it, like Apprentice Magician can put a spell counter on it, or it can go grab you Magician of Faith, which can end up being a spell counter. So you have some more built-in synergy, I guess, in this deck, and that's really what draws me to this. From there, of course, 2 Magician of Faith and 1 Old Vindictive Magician. I did consider playing Hand and Sacred Phoenix in the deck, but just decided to keep it at this. I think Magician of Faith with all of our spells is going to be a little bit more powerful, and Hand plus Phoenix take up 2 slots, which you can already see we've got a lot of monsters in here. So I'm just going to stick with these. I do have a Tsukuyomi to go with the flip package, also very good with Monjus, of course. And then we've just got some good cards and our Chaos package, which for this one is a BLS and 2 Chaos Sorcerer. We can definitely support double Chaos Sorcerer in this deck. Apprentice Magician is often a light and a dark itself. For spells, Incandescent Ordeal, Upstart Goblin, Knock, opted for Scapegoat and Meta. Basically, we want spells to be our defense because we want to get the spell counters for Legendary Flamelord. We want our Magician of Fates off of the Apprentice Magicians to be as good as possible. So opted for a little bit of a control package here rather than playing some sort of like defensive traps. So I think Scapegoat package makes a whole lot of sense here. Also, Scapegoats can be used as 4 levels for Legendary Flamelord if we really need to do that. Also, Legendary Flamelord being a level 7 means Metamorphosis can go into something like Last Warrior against the RGT decks, or King Dragoon or something if we happen to need a good level 7 fusion. From there, just more power cards, and then for the traps, we just have Call of the Haunted and Ring of Destruction in the main. For the side, we've got a couple of Monarchs to go with our Apprentice Magician package. Pretty good here. We have 1 Zaborg, 1 Mobius. I do have the chicken in the side. I mentioned that it wasn't in the main, but this, if we run up against warriors, maybe this is a good inclusion. So I can't help myself, right? For spells, we've got a couple of mind controls, a couple of walks. We do have the rest of our control package here: 1 Scapegoat, 1 Meta, and then we've got just a couple of decrees. Obviously, we're not playing a whole lot of traps in this deck, so I think decree makes a whole lot of sense. We have a Mirror Force and we have a Torrential. That is the deck, though. Let's go ahead and take this out onto the ladder. All right, we're here with match number 1 against having fun playing cards, which is what this is all about. We're definitely here for some fun, especially on Meme Deck Monday. I want to do some Apprentice Magician things. I just love Apprentice Magician. Starting off with double Monju, though, we might be in for some Legendary Flamelord stuff fairly early on, and I will go ahead and lead on a Monju. I'm actually not going to use Upstart Goblin, I don't think, because I do have the other Monju, and I'm going to get Incandescent Ordeal to hand here. This protects our Flamelord against Trap Dust Shoot, though the opponent knows Dust Shoot's probably not going to send back Legendary Flamelord if we get it, let's be real, but I think that's okay. Duo? I guess it protects it from Duo, but I kind of don't want to lose my Incandescent Ordeal. Okay. I lose Sork. I don't want to get rid of Ordeal here. I kind of just want to get rid of the Upstart Goblin. Yeah, we're here to do the thing, right? Let's get rid of Upstart Goblin. I'm definitely not getting rid of BLS, that's for sure. And the Manju, I think, makes sense here. I do have Book of Moon for this Manju, but there's no guarantee that like it would even be able to live. And I don't really want to book it down just to go get a Legendary Flame Lord, so well, let's see here. You could definitely make the case that I was just supposed to get rid of Incandescent Ordeal, but I think this is okay. Dueling Book lagging a little bit today. Draw Premature Burial. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. I think I'm just going to attack with one Manju, and then I'll summon the other out in main phase 2 here. Don't have anything that I can Prima just yet, so this is all right. We'll get in there for our 1400, and then main 2, if the opponent has a Torrential here, we don't really care, right? We're still picking up our value. All right, Legendary Flame Lord, come on down. The opponent would have already used their Dust Shoot if they had one, and honestly, they're not sending back Legendary Flame Lord anyway, right? So this is totally fine. If something happens to a Manju, I mean, we could go like, oh, interesting. I guess I will Book of Moon. All right. I don't think there's any downside to not Book of Mooning there. I guess it gives the opponent like an access to gives the opponent access to like knock or something that they wouldn't really have access to. But if they want to knock a random Manju, like, be my guest, right? Oh, MST. Okay. I don't think I can really win here. No, because the only thing I can Prima back is a Manju. That's kind of sad. All right, well, let's go ahead and flip this up. And we're going to go get another Legendary Flame Lord. Is there any possibility I can nuke the field? No. Not really. So I guess the only thing I can actually Prima back, I would have to get rid of. What if... and you can't overpay? Damn. What if I... No, there's just no real way to do it here. I think I'm going to hold the Legendary Flame Lord. Unfortunately. Yeah. What if it's 15, 29, 53? Yeah, we're just short from winning here. No matter how you put it. As far as I can tell, anyway. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and MST this back row. I don't think it's like a Jar of Greed or anything. It's a ring. Does that change things? I think that changes things. Hold on. Hold on a second here. We might win now. So it would be 14, 38. Yeah, 52. We win the game. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the ring, opponent. And we get to do it with Legendary Flame Lord? Okay. Okay. I'm down. Let's Incandescent Ordeal. Send this to the grave. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I was like, wait, I could have just used Legendary Flame Lord for BLS, but no, it is a fire. You can't do that. All right. Let's get back this Manju. And yeah, that's going to be game 1. We saw DD Warrior Lady. We saw some back row. I think it's probably safe to say that this is Warriors, right? So let's bring in our chicken package, and let's bring in the Scapegoat, the meta. We can bring in all of these. I know bringing in Decrees plus traps is sometimes, but I think it's fine. Let's get rid of Nobleman of Crossout, and I kind of want to get rid of Democ, honestly. We're bringing in a level 8. Democ's a little bricky. Let's just get rid of the Democ, and maybe I don't bring in the Decrees here. Decree is good against Warrior, obviously, but I think if we're bringing these in, yeah, let's just not bring in the Decree. That might be a little bit oversighting, and I really don't have that many to cut out of the deck. I could cut Book of Moon. I could just cut the Upstarts. I don't hate that. I like all of my flips. I could cut a Chaos Sorcerer, but I think that's not great. Let's just cut the Upstarts, and let's have cards in here that do things. You know, I'm gonna trim on a Flame Lord. I know it's heresy. It's heresy to do that, but We got to win with Legendary Flame Lord. It'll be okay to trim down on 1 to try to take this match down, right? Oh, yes. Yes. Hand of Nephthys with a scapegoat. It is time. It's not time. All right. King Tiger actually nukes this entire hand. Wow. Uh-oh. Yeah, we might be in trouble this game. Moth going back to the top makes a whole lot of sense. I'm just gonna pass a turn. Like, I'm not gonna set Scapegoat into like a potential MST or something and then get like no value out of it at all. I'm just gonna pass a turn and hope I can draw into something that deals with King Tiger. Man, hand is it was looking, oh, it's Gearfried Warrior. Okay. So that's pretty sick. I feel like we played against Gearfried not long ago on Meme Deck Monday. It was the different dimension video, right? Oh. Okay. So as long as they don't have like Blast with Chain or something to deal with Legendary Flame Lord over there, then this works out, right? Well, I think we're going to go for it. I need to get this King Tiger off the board as soon as possible. All right, let's ditch our Flame Lord. That is our last Flame Lord, unfortunately. But c'est la vie. And let's just go ahead and attack into this King Tiger. Hope it works out. Mirror Force. All right. Well, I didn't have high hopes anyway. I probably have to set hand here so I just don't die. Sure, let's do that and pass the turn. I don't need to set Scapegoat and meta as bluffs because the opponent knows what they are. Not sure. And a breaker. Sure. All right, we'll go to we'll go to game 3 here. Gearfried Warrior. Don't want to make any changes here. I don't think so. Man, this deck sure does lose to King Tiger, doesn't it? Don't have a lot of answers for those because I'm going like the spell route. I do have the mirror, the TT, and we're going first this time, so I think that's a little better. We've got Breaker, Tribe, Old Vindictive can kill it. We've got our Chaos monsters. We're fine. We're fine. All right, would love to go first here. For game 3, Sook Moth with an Apprentice Magician. Okay. I'm pretty into this. I think. Do I want to set Sangan turn 1? I could set Apprentice Magician. If they have Knock, that kind of sucks, but knocking the Sangan also kind of sucks, but I guess I'd rather have the Sangan get knocked. Well, Sangan can just pick up another Apprentice Magician. Yeah, I'm going to set Apprentice, and I don't think I need to set the Book of Moon here. Yeah, I'm not going to set Book of Moon. Even if they attack it with DD Warrior Lady and Banish, you still get the Apprentice Magician effect. I learned that on a previous Meme Deck Monday from a commenter. Duo. All right. Moth to the graveyard. Okay. I really like Sook here. I think I'm just going to get rid of Book of Moon. Yeah. Let's get rid of the Book of Moon. Chainmaster? I love me some Chainmaster. Do I want to grab Old Vindictive Magician? I think I probably do. I'm just like not in need of a Moth right here. So yeah, let's just grab that. I could have gotten hand because I have Sangan. But Old Vindictive is just so good with the Tsukuyomi here, I think. It's just going to be able to clear a whole lot of monsters. Legendary Flame Lord. Welcome to the team. I guess now we could get Manju with the Sangan. I'm not going to Heavy Storm here. I'm going to flip up Old Vindictive, and I think I am going to go the Tsukuyomi route, just to keep clearing my opponent's monsters. And I'll use the Sangan later. I just don't want to leave this like face up. Just get some extra value out of it. Okay, that worked out. In phase, Tsukuyomi back to hand. Pass over the turn. I feel pretty decent about this, even though I got duoed. I would love my opponent to play some more back row. But we're going to be churning through their monsters. So that's a pretty good start. Rhoda's fine. Level 2 would be annoying, but we've got Sangan to deal with that. Exiled Force is totally fine. So if they use that here, yeah, Old Vindictive Magician has essentially taken out 2 monsters, which is fantastic for a Man-Eater bug. Oh, we have a Gigantus too. Okay, that's fine. I need to set Sangan into that. Set into the back row. No. Okay. Oh, Mirror Force. Don't hate Mirror Force here. Yeah, let's just set the Sangan. I'll set the Mirror Force and I'll pass the turn. And hopefully they summon another monster. If they just attack with Gigantus, I'm probably not going to Mirror Force. Yeah, just let the Sangan go here. And what do I want to grab off of Sangan? Manju is tempting. Another Apprentice Magician is also tempting. Let's take a look at the graveyard here. I mean, Apprentice Magician at this point goes into probably hand over Moth, which isn't the best with what I have because I don't have a Scapegoat yet. I think I'm just going to get a Manju. Start building toward this legendary Flame Lord. Sure. I think that's fine. See if the opponent has anything else this time. Been fairly conservative about what they've been putting on the board, but they're having to think about it, and they're just going to pass. Okay. Oh, MST. Mind Crush? Yeah. Manju of the 10,000 Hands. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show him the hand. I know you don't have to do that online, which is something that I tend to forget about, actually. But you do show the hand in person, so they got me. They got me with that one. But I think I'm just going to pass the turn. I don't really need to set MST here. I don't need to set Tsukuyomi. Though if I set Tsukuyomi, maybe they summon another monster and attack? I'm going to do it. It's a little risky into knock or something here, but like Tsukuyomi's not doing a whole lot right now anyway, so not the end of the world. They are just going to attack. Yeah. All right, I'll bite. I'll Mirror Force. We are even on cards, but one of my cards is a legendary Flame Lord. The opponent knows about the Heavy Storm now. All right. Nothing. Okay. Pot of Greed. There we go. All right. So now I want Magician of Faith. Let's go ahead and activate the Pot of Greed. All right. Incandescent Ordeal and a Manju? Are we doing it? I think we're doing it. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. And I can flip the Flame Lord down to protect it? Huh. I mean, I don't have to. I have MST to deal with Snatch Steal. I could just flip Manju down. All right. Yeah, let's do some damage here. Or I could just not summon the Flame Lord. I guess I'm supposed to not summon the Flame Lord here and just get in for 14 and then flip the Manju down. That's so weak. But the opponent is already at 5,900, but I want damage. But I have heavy MST follow-up. I'm just going to do it. I'm just gonna do it. All right. Get in there, Flame Lord. It says 3,800, so like the opponent is within striking distance of Legendary Flame Lord taking them out on the next turn. I will go ahead and flip up Tsukuyomi, and I think because I have the MST and Heavy Storm, I'm just going to flip down Manju. I don't need to protect Legendary Flame Lord here. I'll set the MST. If the opponent has something to deal with the MST, let's say their own MST and then a Snatch Steal, it's not the end of the world. I lose my Manju. Cool. And there's a non-zero chance, like, if the opponent plays enough spells, we could get this up to the... Oh. Smash and Ground is the one that, that punishes that for sure. That's all right. I don't mind not playing around. Smash and Ground, there it is. Oh, no. I'm going to chain it. Yep. The smoke grenade does not activate. Though I am in a very bad spot because I didn't flip down my Flame Lord. Meta. Meta's not helping out here. I don't think I'm supposed to sacrifice the Tsukuyomi right now. Yeah. I'm just going to set the Heavy Storm, I guess. The opponent doesn't know about the card we just drew, so... Yep. I'll take 1800, no big deal. Maybe this will entice them to set a card or something. Yep. Very nice. Hand. That's not helping out a lot either as a... It's a level 2. And... well, I guess if I had set the Flame Lord, I would just win this game, wouldn't I? Did not think about smashing ground. All right, I'll set Tsukuyomi now. Just to give me a little bit better of a chance to live. Hopefully I draw into a Scapegoat. That would be excellent. Apprentice Magician, also not bad here. Just Gearfried getting in. Okay. We'll flip down Gearfried. And my turn. Yes, yes. We drew the Scapegoat. Okay, that's excellent. I am going to Heavy Storm here just to protect the Scapegoat. Trap, Dust Shoot. Okay. All right, set Scapegoat. And I'm going to hope for no King Tiger here. Go ahead. I don't think I'm supposed to activate it immediately. Like, just gives the opponent a lot of information. Plays into Tribe. I feel like they would have played King Tiger maybe already if they had it. All right, they're just attacking with the Gearfried. Ring is not gone. I'm supposed to take the 1800 here. I don't want the opponent to just like... I don't want to just absorb 1800 damage with a Scapegoat. The opponent summon Tribe and then kill my Scapegoats. That doesn't seem great. Now they set 2? They've got to have... Like, one of those is probably Blast with Chain, and then the other is probably something. All right. Snatch Steal does nothing against Gearfried. If you all didn't know. I think I'm going to lead on Tear and just see what happens. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to take the Gearfried just to draw out a Blast with Chain if they do have it. Oh, Ring. Okay, that's fine. I'll summon out Hand here. And go grab the chicken. Chicken. All right. And yeah, I'm just going to attack over the Gearfried here. I have no idea what this face down monster is. Could be like Chainmaster or something. No, I feel like they would have been attacking with that. Unless they're just afraid of, they were afraid of Mirror Force or something. I don't know. I don't think I need to set this Snatch Steal as like a bluff or anything. I'm just going to pass the turn. If they snatch my Phoenix, I've got 2 goats. We just hope that's enough to stay alive. And then I can snatch it back. Kind of like I'm trying to snatch this game back from losing my Flame Lord. All right. What you got, opponent? You got 4 cards over there. I've got 1 big bird. King Tiger. Okay, that's fine. All right, we'll lose a goat token. Think I'm going to try to win on the next turn. I can snatch the Tiger, attack the face down with Sacred Phoenix, and then attack him directly with Tiger. Yeah, let's go for it. Give unto me the King Tiger Wang Hu. And if this is Mirror Force, it's Mirror Force. Not a big deal. Cyber Stein. Okay. King Tiger? Call of the Haunted. Okay. Guess we're getting back... Can't get back Exiled Force. It's Gearfried or Gigantes. It is Gigantes. I probably just run the Tiger into that, right? Like, Ring's already gone, so the opponent can't really cause a draw here. And I don't really want them to gain 1,000. Yeah. Get rid of the tiger. Maybe. I think it was worth it to go for that. Obviously, it would have worked out better. I would have dealt more damage and cleared their field. Had I attacked with the tiger first, but I think attacking with the phoenix makes sense. I am going to set the scapegoat just in case I need it to protect life points or something here. Like, say the opponent clears this scapegoat, they're able to, like, snatch the sacred phoenix, something like that. Having a backup goat could be good. What we got, opponent? Big thinky here. We got 2 cards in hand. I love these Gearfried decks, by the way. I think they're so sick. And I think there are, like, competitive, like, not all in Gearfried decks, I think. Oh. I'm probably just running over the goat, right? Yeah. I think there are some versions of Gearfried decks that can be quite good here. All right, monster. Oh, duo. Huh. I mean, I like that, right? Do I want to use the scapegoat? Probably. Yeah. I don't want it to get blown up by the Gigantes here, so let's just go ahead and activate scapegoat. And then run over Gigantes here. And duo your hand away. Look at me. I am the hand destruction deck now. Prima's out of here. Tribe? Ooh. All right. Yeah, well, yeah. The opponent's only choice there was Winged Beast, and destroying destroying Phoenix there wasn't great for them. Just comes right back and kills the Gigantes. Sorry. Oh, okay. All right. Graceful off the top. Did we draw anything that can get you there, opponent? You're left with 1 card. No, they're not conceding. They've got at least something. That's for sure. Gearfried out of here. Sure. And, oh. Discarding Pot of Greed. Okay. A Graceful of my own. Okay. What am I really hoping to draw off of this? I don't know, but I think I'm just going to slam it. Graceful for Graceful. Oh, swords. Interesting. Man. Maybe I wasn't supposed to flip the scapegoat. I think it makes sense, though. Because, like, if the opponent finds Snatch Steal, I want to have that protection, right? I don't think I need swords, and I definitely don't need Manju, so I guess I just keep the Moth, because if the opponent does end up clearing a slot for me, then Moth could be good. Let's just attack into this monster. Is it DD? It is DD Warrior Lady. That makes sense. That does make sense. I will set the Magician of Faith, and I will pass the turn. All right. We've got a game here. All right. Call of the Haunted. Not amazing. What do I have here from Moth? Book of Moon? Book of Moon's kind of hilarious. I don't think I'm supposed to flip it. It's going to set Call of the Haunted. Oh, no. Am I going to get decked out here? There's no way. I still have Ring, right? I do have Ring. I think I'll be okay. They're just passing the turn. Okay. Tribe. I wish I could summon that. Is there a way that I could get to summon this? Let me check what Moth gets back again. MST, no. Scapegoat, no. I mean, there's Pot of Greed, but the opponent's at 1,000. I sided out the D-Mock. I don't have another legendary Flame Lord that I can go into because that would help. I have Book of Moon, which lets me attack, but I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Do I have anything that gets me out of this? I might not, actually. I may lose the game if the opponent just passes every turn. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't premature burial here because I don't have anything. I didn't bring in my Mobius. I guess, no, I can force the action here. Actually. I'm going to target Book of Moon. And so I can just keep attacking with this and force my opponent to do something about it because it is a 4-turn clock. And if they attack it, then I can just Book of Moon it down. Is heavy gone? No, the opponent still has heavy. I mean, I kind of don't need Prima. Well, damn. They haven't used MST. I don't think this is MST. I guess it could be. I could just Book a Moon it now. And then just keep doing that every turn. I think that's probably the safest play. Yeah, I'm just going to Book a Moon it now. If they want to destroy it or something in response or whatever, that's totally fine. But this is a little bit of a loop here. And the opponent does have to do something. I'm glad I realized that. I realized it a little bit late. I could have definitely been attacking for a couple of turns here. But glad I realized it now instead of just conceding the game, right? Certainly some plays that I made this game that could have been different. That is for sure. Yeah, you got to do something, opponent. And I've got a Tribe to follow up with Call of the Haunted and Premature Burial backup. Okay, there's Breaker. They are making a move. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the effect just puts on Heavy Storm. Am I dead? Do they have Gigantes as their last card? All right, let's get back to Sangan. Call goes away. Am I going to lose here? If they have Gigantes, I lose. They may have just been clearing it to clear all the cards. Oh, they have Gigantes! All right. All right. Can't win them all, I guess. All right. So I don't think I realized this. I'm actually going to check the log here. Yeah. So by the time that I realized that I had that Magician of Faith loop, assuming everything went as it would have here, I would have only gotten the opponent down to 100. So I didn't notice that so late that was the reason that I lost here. I think not flipping the Legendary Flame Lord down obviously hurt because the opponent did have the Smashing Ground, and I just didn't play around that. This was a great game, though. I thought I was going to win this one at several points. I didn't think like I was necessarily ahead when I had the Legendary Flame Lord on the field. I just wanted to get in some damage. But yeah, the opponent drawing the Graceful Charity into the DD Warrior Lady, having that Call of the Haunted there as an answer to not die when I had the Snatch Steal, and then here having like exactly normal summon Heavy Storm Gigantes as their cards in hand. Man, good job, opponent. That was a sick match. That was a long one too, but we got to do some Legendary Flame Lord stuff, even though we didn't win. That was a really fun one. But let's go ahead and grab a second. All right, match number 2 here. Let's see if we can get an activation of Legendary Flame Lord. That would be really cool. I know it's pretty hard to pull that off, honestly, even though it only needs the 3 counters, but you got to string, like, first of all, you have to summon the thing. And then second, it has to live. Like, your opponent can't have any interaction to just take it out. And then you have to string together 3 spells and then be in a position to activate it. So, like, it's not the most likely thing in the world, but yeah, we'll see if we can make it work here. All right. We do not get to go first this time. That is okay. Let's see. All right. Starting out on a little Delinquent Duo is pretty awesome. We've got a Dark Light to go with our Chaos Sorcerer as well. Yep, Graceful Charity good for the opponent. Happy that happened before the opponent found a Thunder Dragon. I know I say that like pretty much every single time my opponent activates. Oh, it's RGT. I say that pretty much every time my opponent activates a Graceful Charity and there's no Thunder Dragon. But I am happy about that. So there is a reason I say it. Oh. We got plays. We got plays this turn. Okay. Let's go ahead and Delinquent Duo here. Started off right. So that could be a Scapegoat, or it could be like a Jar of Greed or something like that. Okay, it is the Chaos version of the deck. We hit Dimension Fusion, which is pretty nice. And Sacred Crane. I would be giving up that much value. Yeah, I don't need to use Breaker here. Like, it's RGT, right? That back row is probably fake. So let's do this. And fittingly, Lightning Vortex is gone. So we love to see that. Let's grab our Incandescent Ordeal. And we're going for it here. We're going for it. 2 grave. 2 grave. Special summon Legendary Flame Lord. Is this okay, opponent? Sure. Read up. And I'm just gonna go into Last Warrior, like, right away here. Because if they don't react to the meta, then Scapegoat doesn't hurt me. They just can't activate it. And it's only like a little bit less damage. We're going all in here, opponent. How many main deck answers do you have to the Last Warrior from Another Planet? How many do you really have? Snatch Steal's a good one. But I can just like draw monsters to set, hopefully. And it still locks them out of summoning. They can't even use Monster Gate to get rid of it. Or meta. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Premature Burial, don't care. Get in there. My warrior. And yeah, just gonna pass the turn. So like now they're 3,300 and I have Premature Burial. So like, even if they get rid of it, somehow, there's a chance I could just kill them. There's Pot of Greed. And I bet they wish they still had that Lightning Vortex in hand. I don't blame them for pitching it, really, but given the circumstances, I'm sure they'd think that card would be nice here. Ooh, nice little Pot of Greed of my own. I think that's deserved. I'm not going to play around Dust Shoot here. They don't have that card. Sook and a Tribe. Okay. All right. Don't hate it. Let's get in there. Yep. And I'm going to set Sook just to be safe. And to pass over the turn. They didn't draw the out. And see, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to play the control package. In case we need a nice little turn 1 Last Warrior off of Legendary Flame Lord. What do we want against RGT? We want Asura Priest. We want Scapegoat. We want Meta. We want Mirror Force. We want Torrential. Thanks for watching the videos, opponent. But no, I'm going into Last Warrior here. So we do not want the Nobleman of Crossouts. I think the Apprentice Magician package still totally fine. Democ. I don't want to keep cutting the Democ. I could cut Book of Moon here. I don't hate that, though. This is the matchup where I think Legendary Flame Lord could actually work. Well, you know what? Let's just cut the Democ. And all of these other cards are good. I'm just going to cut another Upstart again. Like, I think the real choice is probably to cut Legendary Flame Lord. You could also like argue to cut down on Magician of Faith and stuff, but I think with like max Scapegoats and metas and stuff in the deck, I think you want to keep those in, especially to grab off of Apprentice Magician. So I think this is totally fine. But yeah, we're cutting the Upstart instead of Legendary Flame Lord because we got to keep the meme going, right? Ooh. Okay. I'm into this hand. All right. The opponent has Pot of Greed. All right. Just a couple of sets and Graceful Charity. Ooh. Okay. Do I want to? I think I just get the Incandescent Ordeal here. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Take a looky look at the deck here. Ordeal, come on down. And a Pot of Greed. Did I cut the Democ? I did cut the Democ. I was going to say, Democ would be excellent here with my Graceful Charity Prima. But yeah, we're going to Graceful. Moth looking pretty good here as well. All right, another Incandescent Ordeal and a Tribe. Okay, Tribe's not bad. What do I want to discard? Probably just Old Vindictive Magician and Incandescent Ordeal. I could also discard Sangan. I just don't need Old Vindictive. I've got all these Chaos monsters. I've got Tribe. Let's just get rid of Incandescent Ordeal. I don't need this many monsters, but I guess I could have discarded Sangan and like Primo'd it back, but that's kind of weak. I'm just going to get in there with Manju. Scapegoat, sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack one. And I'm just going to set the Incandescent Ordeal. If something happens to it, something happens to it. It's not that big of a deal. I've got Moth, which is another one of the reasons why I was just kind of okay discarding that. If that is the card that I need to get back over Pot and Graceful somehow, I can just do that. But here comes Reasoning. We know they're on the Chaos version. I don't really care about Sacred Crane too much. I'm just going to call 8 because I think Demok is going to be the biggest threat to me here. Blowback Dragon. Well, we already know that doesn't flip heads, so that's okay. Yeah, this is fine. Heads? All right. Opponent, you watch my videos. You know this is not how this is supposed to happen. That's all right. Ordeal out of here. And Monster Gate, sure. I might just die this turn. Into Air Knight, okay. Air Knight's not the worst for me. Still no monsters in the graveyard, so that's good. Tribe's about to go absolutely berserk next turn. And a Crane, okay. All right, so we're taking some damage. Opponent's getting to draw a card. I don't know what their back row is. Would be nice to draw a Heavy Storm or an MST or something here. Just to ensure my turn is large. Ask and you shall receive, I suppose. Gotta make sure I do this right, I guess. I already have a Dark and a Light, so I can pitch Sangan, Magician of Faith to set up Sork and BLS, but then I don't have a way to Prima. I'm gonna MST. I feel like they would have used Jog to try to kill me last turn if it was Jog. So I think this could be like a ring or something. Yeah, they're checking the graveyard. It's probably a ring. It is a ring. Sure. Oh, opponent. I don't think that was very good for you. All right, Tribe time. Let's get rid of your goats. And let's get rid of your Air Knight. And let's summon out LibLS. All right, this game was just cracked. You got any Kuhbs over there? We got there. All right, so Legendary Flame Lord not coming up in this game, but it came in clutch in game 1. I love the just like complete difference between these matches. This one was just like blew my opponent out game 1, blew my opponent out game 2. And then the first one was like, I got to sit here. I actually have to think what I need to play around and all this stuff. And I have to find a way out of like a losing position, and definitely made some mistakes in it. But this one kind of straight up, and I like the contrast. These games were fun. Legendary Flame Lord is based. I hope watching this was not an ordeal for anyone. But that's going to bring to a close another Meme Deck Monday. We'll be back with another Ritual monster next week. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back with the next one.